I've been there too, juggling classes, deadlines, and trying to make ends meet. That's why today I'm sharing the student's secret to making money 24/7 without working more hours. In this video, you'll learn practical strategies to earn passively, build real financial freedom, and stop trading every single hour for cash, so you can focus on what truly matters. Many students face the same frustrating problem. No matter how many hours they work, they can never seem to make enough money. Between tuition fees, rent, food, and other living expenses, there's rarely extra left over. The traditional approach of working part-time jobs or freelancing for more hours only burns them out without actually building financial security. The real problem is that most students rely solely on active income, meaning you trade time directly for money, which has a strict limit. If you stop working, your income stops too. The solution is shifting away from this mindset and embracing passive income that continues to flow even when you're not actively working. For students, this means creating revenue streams that work around their schedule so they don't have to sacrifice study time, sleep, or social life. Passive income can be achieved in many ways, and the beauty is that it doesn't require working extra hours in the traditional sense. The key is to work smarter, not harder. Let's look at an example. Take Sarah, a university student who used to work 20 hours a week at a cafe to cover her expenses. She barely had time for classes or studying, and the extra hours left her exhausted. She realized that she was stuck in a cycle of working more hours to make more money, without actually growing her wealth. So she decided to change her approach. Sarah started a small side project, creating and selling digital study guides for students in her major. She spent a couple of weeks organizing and designing the guides, then uploaded them to an online marketplace. After the initial work, her guides continued to sell every month without her having to put in extra hours. Within a few months, her side project generated enough income to cover her rent, without requiring additional work hours. This example shows that the solution lies in building systems that generate income automatically. Students can do this by leveraging their skills, interests, and existing resources. Digital products, affiliate marketing, content creation, or even investing are powerful tools to create income streams that work 24/7. It's not about finding a magic job, it's about creating a process where your income doesn't depend on constant labor. Another common example is investing in dividend stocks. This is a form of passive income where you purchase shares of companies and receive dividends regularly. A student who invests even a small amount every month can build a portfolio that pays them consistently without extra work. Over time, the dividends grow and compound, making this a long-term solution to financial stress. The truth is, the biggest barrier for students isn't a lack of ideas, it's a lack of understanding about how passive income works and where to start. That's why it's important to begin with small steps. For example, you could start by identifying a skill you already have and think about how to monetize it in a way that doesn't require constant input. In summary, the problem is the over-reliance on active income, which traps students in a cycle of endless hours without building wealth. The solution is developing passive income streams that work for you even when you're not actively working. Examples like digital products and dividend investing prove that students can earn money 24/7 without adding more hours to their schedule. The shift isn't just about earning more. It's about creating freedom, time, and long-term financial stability. The problem for many students isn't just making money, it's having the wrong mindset about money. Most students view income as something that comes from working more hours or having a higher paying job. This mindset keeps them locked into the active income trap where every dollar earned depends on hours worked. The reality is, working more hours has a limit. Time is finite, and for students, it's even more limited because they have classes, assignments, and exams to focus on. Without a mindset shift, they will continue to struggle financially no matter how hard they work. The solution is a mindset shift, learning to think differently about money and how it is earned. This means transitioning from seeing work as the only source of income to seeing money as something that can be generated through systems, investments, and smart strategies. For students, this mindset shift is about understanding that financial growth doesn't require more hours but requires smarter actions and strategic thinking. To illustrate, consider Alex, a college student who spent years working part-time in retail. He believed the only way to earn money was to keep taking extra shifts, but he ended up exhausted and with little to show financially. Alex decided to change his approach. He began to study passive income ideas and realized that the key to financial freedom was not working harder but working smarter. Alex started small. He created a YouTube channel where he shared study tips and productivity advice for students. Initially, he had to invest time in filming and editing videos, but over time his channel began to attract consistent views. Through YouTube's ad revenue and affiliate links, Alex started earning money without having to work extra hours beyond his initial setup. More importantly, his content continued generating income even while he slept or focused on his studies. This example shows that a mindset shift can transform how students approach earning. Instead of trading hours for money, they focus on building systems that continue to work for them over time. This approach also encourages them to think long-term rather than chasing immediate gains. For students, this can mean developing skills that have lasting value, creating digital assets, or investing in opportunities that grow over time. Another example of this mindset shift is in investing. Many students overlook investing because they think it's only for wealthy people or those with lots of experience. The reality is that starting early, even with a small amount, can have a huge impact due to compound growth. By adopting a long-term mindset, students can turn small investments into meaningful income streams in the future without working additional hours. The mindset shift also means recognizing the importance of leveraging resources rather than relying solely on your own effort. For example, students can use online platforms to sell digital courses, automate business processes, or tap into affiliate programs that earn commissions on autopilot. The key is to think about how you can create value once and earn multiple times from it. A major part of the mindset shift is adopting the idea that time and money are interconnected but not identical. Students often treat time as their only asset, but the truth is, financial freedom comes when you find ways to use time to create income that doesn't require constant effort. This means developing assets that generate revenue continuously. Ultimately, the problem is the traditional mindset that more work hours equal more money. The solution is adopting a passive income mindset that focuses on systems, automation, and strategic thinking. The example of Alex shows that with the right mindset, students can create opportunities to earn around the clock without burning themselves out. By thinking differently about money and how it works, students can build not just income, but a foundation for long-term financial freedom. The problem for many students is they don't truly understand what passive income is or how it works. They often confuse it with easy money, or think it's something that requires little effort at all. The truth is passive income does require work up front, but the real benefit is that once the work is done, the income continues to flow without the need for constant labor. Without this understanding, students remain stuck relying solely on active income, which means trading every hour of their time for money. This approach quickly reaches a ceiling because time is limited. The solution is to learn the basics of passive income and how to implement it effectively. Passive income means creating systems, assets, or investments that generate revenue with minimal ongoing effort. For students, the goal is to identify opportunities where they can invest their time once and reap benefits continuously. This could be through creating digital products, monetizing content, investing in dividend-paying stocks, or even automating services. The key is understanding the principle that money should work for you, not the other way around. Let's look at an example. Emma, a student studying graphic design, realized she was tired of working endless hours for part-time jobs that barely covered her expenses. She began researching ways to earn passive income and decided to leverage her design skills. Emma created a set of customizable Canva templates for students and small businesses. She uploaded these templates to an online marketplace. While the initial work required several weeks of design and setup, once they were online, they started selling automatically. She earned commissions monthly without having to add extra hours to her schedule. This example illustrates that the key to passive income lies in the creation of an asset that continues to produce revenue after the initial work is completed. For students, this can take many forms, depending on their skills and resources. Digital products are one of the easiest examples because they require a one-time creation effort but can be sold indefinitely with little additional input. Another example comes from investing. Passive income isn't limited to creating products or services. It can also come from putting money to work. Dividend investing is a classic example where you purchase shares in companies that pay regular dividends. Once set up, this type of income can grow over time through compounding and reinvestment. Students who start investing early, even with small amounts, can build a meaningful income stream years later. This is the essence of making money work for you instead of constantly working for money. Many students make the mistake of thinking passive income is completely hands-off. The truth is that even the most automated income streams require some level of management. The difference is that these tasks don't consume the same amount of time as active work. Passive income means trading a large upfront time investment for ongoing income without a proportional increase in effort. A critical part of understanding passive income is also learning how to measure its effectiveness. Students should look at return on investment, time spent, and scalability. For example, creating an online course may take weeks to build, but if it can be sold to hundreds of students without additional work, the return is far greater than a part-time job with fixed hours. The bigger problem is that without clarity on what passive income is and how to apply it, students waste time chasing low-impact opportunities. The solution is education in action, learning the concept, and then applying it in practical ways. Emma's example shows that students can identify their skills and turn them into a sustainable income stream that continues earning long after the initial effort. It's not about avoiding work entirely, but about creating systems where your effort produces long-term returns. Ultimately, passive income is the foundation for financial freedom. For students, understanding it means breaking away from the traditional trade-off of time for money and building a future where income flows without constant active effort. By learning the basics of passive income and applying them, students can start earning around the clock while focusing on their studies and personal growth. The problem many students face when trying to earn money without working more hours is not knowing the right strategies that fit their lifestyle and schedule. Students often hear about making passive income, but are confused about where to start, which ideas are practical, and how to actually implement them without disrupting their studies. Without a clear strategy, most end up wasting time on trial and error or sticking to part-time jobs that limit their earning potential and time freedom. This creates a cycle where they work more hours but never get ahead financially. The solution is to focus on proven strategies that allow students to earn 24/7 without adding extra work hours. The key is to find methods that align with your skills, interests, and available resources. By leveraging existing platforms, tools, and systems, students can build streams of income that continue to generate revenue with minimal ongoing effort. The right strategy eliminates the need to constantly trade time for money and opens the door to building real wealth over time. Let's look at an example. Michael, a university student studying computer science, was frustrated with juggling his coursework and his part-time job at a local store. He realized he was stuck working long hours without a sustainable income growth plan. Michael decided to explore freelancing opportunities online, but quickly understood that freelancing still required constant work hours. Instead, he shifted his focus to building a passive income strategy. Michael started a blog focused on coding tutorials and technology reviews. He spent several weeks creating high-quality content and learned SEO to attract organic traffic. Once his blog gained traction, he monetized it through affiliate marketing, selling ebooks, and placing ads. Over time, the blog began to earn money consistently without requiring daily input. The hours he had invested upfront created an asset that generated income long after he had finished creating the initial content. This example shows that the solution isn't about finding a shortcut, but about creating something with long-term value. Students can take advantage of skills they already have to build these assets. Whether it's content creation, developing digital products, or offering online courses, the goal is to create something once and let it work for you continuously. Another example is using platforms like Etsy or Shopify to sell products. Students who have artistic skills or unique product ideas can create items and sell them online. While the setup phase involves work, the process can be automated with tools that handle payments, inventory, and delivery. This means students can earn while focusing on their studies or personal life without adding extra work hours. A powerful strategy that students often overlook is leveraging investments. Platforms now allow students to invest in dividend-paying stocks, index funds, or real estate through fractional ownership. This approach allows money to work for them without needing constant attention. Even small, consistent investments can grow significantly over time due to the power of compounding, providing a reliable source of passive income. The biggest challenge in implementing these strategies is overcoming the fear of failure or the uncertainty of where to begin. Many students hesitate because they don't want to waste time or invest money without guaranteed returns. The solution is to start small and focus on learning as they go. For example, Michael started his blog without expecting it to be a major source of income at first. Over time, his consistent effort and strategy paid off, creating a reliable stream of income without more work hours. The truth is that finding the right strategy is the foundation for earning 24/7 without working more hours. Students need to understand their strengths, resources, and the opportunities available to them. By taking action and implementing proven strategies, they can build systems that generate income passively and sustainably. Michael's example demonstrates that it is possible to turn limited time and effort into long-term income streams, freeing up time for studies and life while still growing financially. The problem many students face when trying to make money without working more hours is not having a clear action plan. They might understand the concept of passive income, but feel overwhelmed when it comes to turning it into reality. Without a structured approach, ideas remain just ideas, and students fall back into the habit of working longer hours for the same limited income. This lack of direction creates frustration and keeps them trapped in a cycle where they never truly progress financially. The solution is creating a clear action plan that breaks down passive income into achievable steps. An action plan gives students clarity on what to start with, what tools to use, and how to measure progress. This plan should align with the student's schedule, resources, and skills, ensuring it's realistic and sustainable. Instead of trying to do everything at once, students should focus on one method that fits them best, build it, and expand later. To illustrate, let's look at David, a business student who wanted to earn without adding extra work hours. Initially, David was overwhelmed by passive income ideas online, from real estate investing to dropshipping to creating online courses. He felt lost and ended up doing nothing. The turning point came when he created a simple action plan. He chose affiliate marketing as his starting point because it required low upfront costs and could be integrated into his interests. David began by identifying his niche, personal finance for students. He set clear goals: publish one blog post per week, build an email list, and promote affiliate products relevant to his audience. He created a timeline and tracked progress weekly. His blog began gaining traffic, and his affiliate links started earning commissions. Over time, David refined his process, automating parts of his workflow so the income continued to grow without adding extra hours of work. This example shows that having a step-by-step action plan solves the biggest problem: confusion and lack of direction. Students often fail not because they lack ideas, but because they don't know where to start. An action plan removes uncertainty and transforms passive income concepts into actionable steps. Another example comes from Anna, a student who wanted to create a digital product. Anna loved photography and decided to create presets for editing photos. She broke down her project into steps, research trending presets, design her product, set up an online store, and promote it on social media. She set deadlines for each step and treated the project like a small business. Her presets sold regularly, generating income even when she wasn't actively working on them. The important point is that the problem often lies in the mindset of expecting results without structure. Without a clear plan, students can easily lose focus, waste time on unproductive methods, or abandon projects midway. The solution is to treat passive income creation like building a business, with goals, deadlines, and measurable progress. An effective action plan also includes learning and adapting. Passive income methods evolve, so students should be prepared to adapt their strategies based on performance. This means tracking results and improving systems over time. For example, David didn't just create blog posts, he studied SEO trends, experimented with content formats, and optimized his marketing to increase revenue without extra work hours. Many students also overlook the importance of starting small. They believe they need a huge budget or perfect plan before they begin. The truth is, passive income starts with small, consistent steps. Even one small project can evolve into a larger income stream if approached strategically. The problem is lack of initiation, and the solution is starting with a simple action plan and iterating along the way. The key is that a clear action plan turns the concept of passive income into a reality. For students, this means choosing one method, setting goals, creating a step-by-step process, and tracking progress. David's and Anna's examples prove that with the right plan, students can start earning steadily without adding more work hours. The problem many students face when trying to earn money without working more hours is failing to turn knowledge into action. Even when they understand passive income and have a mindset shift, they often don't follow through with consistent execution. This creates a gap between intention and results. Without deliberate steps to implement strategies, even the best ideas remain unrealized. Many students get stuck in planning mode or give up after initial challenges, which stops them from building income streams that work 24/7. The solution is to create an execution plan that bridges the gap between learning and doing. An execution plan means not only knowing what passive income strategies exist, but actually taking the consistent action needed to implement them. This requires discipline, accountability, and tracking progress. For students, this also means finding strategies that fit their lifestyle so that execution becomes sustainable without overloading their schedule. Let's look at an example. James, a university student, understood the concept of passive income and had studied various strategies. However, he struggled to actually start because he felt he needed the perfect idea. That hesitation kept him in a cycle of research without results. Eventually, James decided to commit to an execution plan. He chose creating a niche podcast as his project because it matched his interest and skills. He set a schedule to record one episode each week and promoted his podcast through social media channels. James also incorporated monetization strategies from the start. He partnered with relevant brands and added affiliate links in his show notes. Once the initial episodes were published, they continued to attract listeners and generate revenue without requiring James to work additional hours beyond his planned schedule. His podcast became an asset that continued earning while he focused on his studies and other projects. This example shows that the main issue is not knowledge, it's the lack of action. The solution is to transform ideas into consistent action through a clear execution plan. Students often underestimate the power of starting small and building momentum. By creating a system of consistent effort, they turn passive income ideas into tangible results. Another example is Sophia, a student passionate about fitness. She learned that creating a YouTube channel could be a powerful passive income source. Instead of waiting to be perfect, she decided to execute immediately. She created a content calendar, produced videos weekly, and used SEO to reach her target audience. Sophia monetized her channel through ads and sponsored content. Over time, her channel grew, and her content started generating income even while she focused on schoolwork. Execution was the key to turning her passion into a passive income stream. The challenge for students is that execution requires discipline and overcoming procrastination. Many students have great ideas but fail to follow through because they underestimate the work involved or doubt their abilities. The solution is to create accountability systems such as tracking progress, setting deadlines, and committing to consistent effort even when the results aren't immediate. Execution also requires flexibility. Students must be willing to adapt their strategies based on feedback and performance. This is essential because what works for one person might not work for another. For example, James had to adjust his podcast topics based on listener engagement, and Sophia refined her video formats to attract more views. This adaptability is part of the execution process that ensures continuous growth without adding more work hours. A major barrier to execution is the fear of failure. Students worry that their efforts will not produce results, so they hesitate to begin. The truth is that passive income is a process that involves trial and error. The solution is to start with small steps, Measure results and improve continuously. This turns execution into a learning journey rather than a source of stress. The reality is that without execution, even the best strategies remain ideas. For students, execution means committing to a system, creating consistent content or assets, testing what works, and refining the process over time. James and Sophia's examples prove that with a clear execution plan, students can start earning passively, build sustainable income streams, and achieve their goal of making money 24/7 without working more hours. Today, we uncovered the real secret for students to make money 24/7 without working extra hours. First, we identified the core problem, relying solely on active income limits your earning potential. We explored the mindset shift needed to break free from that cycle and start thinking in terms of systems and assets. Then, we broke down the basics of passive income, showing how it works and why it matters. Next, we discussed proven strategies, from digital products to investing, that fit a student's lifestyle. We created a clear action plan to turn ideas into reality. And finally, we emphasized the power of execution, proving that consistent effort and adaptability are the real game changers. By combining mindset, strategy, planning, and execution, students can truly start earning around the clock. If you found value in this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give it a like, and drop a comment sharing your favorite passive income idea. Next, we'll reveal the top 5 passive income ideas for students in 2025 that actually work, so you don't want to miss it.